SmackDown is in Birmingham, Alabama tonight, and historically that's usually a dead crowd. However, they should be very upbeat today because last night their college football team, the Alabama Crimson Tide, won the national championship. Nick Saban's greatest college football coach of all time. So I expect them to be engaged into the show. Maybe, they're hyped up, their team's dynasty continues, because Alabama is always one of the worst states for wrestling in terms of crowd engagement. So the show opens up. We see Renee Young in the ring with she's going to do a sit-down interview with the phenomenal AJ Styles, champion. AJ comes out. It's a nice reaction. I thought, he's from Georgia, so I'm sure he's furious about that game. That must really suck if you're a Georgia fan. So she's asking him about the match. He says he kind of regrets about the match last week at Semi. Says he kind of regrets asking for them both. Now it's a handicap match. He thinks Shane is playing, or Daniel Bryan and Shane are playing favorites. He's upset about stuff, so he's frustrated. And then what happens is he is interrupted by Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. They rip on him, and again, it's okay for a while. Then Shane McMahon comes out. And what Shane does to combat Daniel Bryan making a handicap match at the Royal Rumble. And by the way, doesn't it piss me off at the Royal Rumble poster they just released? They have it shows all the main matches. And like the way the poster structured sucks. I think most people on that show, the least match they care about was the Universal title match with Brock, Braun, and Kane, and they get center billed over the Royal Rumble match, the men's ones, and the women's ones. They've been promoting the women's match. I think both those matches are really exciting, and then AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn, which are most likely going to have the match of the night. They don't even get to be on the poster. AJ's just a guy on the bottom. You'd think he's in the Royal Rumble. They don't even promoted the title match, and they put Brock, Braun, and Kane all having huge, like they're the main attraction of the show. That's bullshit. No one gives a shit about that fucking match. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to that triple threat. I think that's bullshit that poster annoys me anyway. They promote the woman in the women's rumble and the men's rumble, sort of, but okay. Sorry. That irked me when I saw that. This, Shane comes out with he's going to make a handicap match. It's Nakamura, Randy Orton, and AJ against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. So then after that segment's over, they show Shane McMahon in the back, and they show Daniel Bryan waiting in Gorilla, basically. And then Daniel Bryan shakes his hand, so they continue to tease tension and heat between the two of them. We know what's going to happen. One of them's turning heel. Hopefully it's Shane. I think turning Daniel Bryan heel would be a big mistake. So it's Becky Lynch and Ruby Riott. They show Becky doing an interview before the match, wants revenge on Ruby. So I guess when Becky comes out, she has to be aided by Charlotte and Naomi. Each have their own entrances. I mean, they can't just come out with Becky. Anyway, the Riott Squad, she's facing Ruby. Well, that's about it for the Riott Squad. That was quick. Becky Lynch defeats Ruby Riott. Riott Squad's a complete flop. She makes her submit with the armbar. Cool moment. Becky gets the win. Nice one. Becky has a lot of momentum right now. Big return. Sometimes I think being injured, even though she was injured, she was shooting a movie, but going away for a while and coming back with some momentum, getting a big win. She has a lot of momentum now. She's one of the hottest acts of all the women right now. She has, one of the hottest streaks of momentum going on right now, and I think her, taking time off was actually good. And now they actually kind of teased this thing with her and Charlotte in the ring. Maybe she could win the Rumble. You never know. I don't think so. I think it's going to be Rousey or Asuka or Nia maybe. But that'd be cool. If Becky gets to win, I think everyone would like that. So after that, they show Becky Lynch, and they show this funny thing, this skit. Becky was signing autographs, and what happens is there's this one fan who's being annoying, and it turns out to be Sami Zayn disguised as the fan. It was cool, and I think that was a shoot. I think Becky was not expecting that, because Sami's a heel. Why the hell would she hug Sami? She starts yelling, and they hug each other, and it was weird, because she's the face, he's a heel. Anyway, that was actually really funny. Up next, they show Breezango and Ascension, and they're saying Ascensions, you're all on your own. This rivalry sucks. I mean, this pairing should be over by now. It's Ascension against the Bludgeon Brothers. Bludgeon Brothers destroy the Ascension. Yep. And what else are you going to say? Bludgeon Brothers. I like the gimmick. Ascension sucks. They should have been released after they debuted. When that Legion of Boom flop, Man, they should have been released that night. So, yeah. Then after that, we see Bobby Roode come out. Bobby Roode was, I thought he was going to wrestle when he first came out, but he's just going to be on commentary. It's Zack Ryder and Mojo Rawley. Oh, my God. He's facing the winner. Mojo gets the win, obviously. Then after the match, they do a stare down with him and Bobby Roode. They're hyping this up like this is actually a big match that people should care about. I don't give a shit. They go to a backstage segment with Jinder Mahal. Hopefully this is the only time we have to see this fucking loser. Horrible promo as usual. They show Benjamin and Gable getting ready, and they showed before we got back to before the match. They showed a Raw 25 clip of Austin in Detroit with the Zamboni. I would have loved to have been at that show. And Steve Austin's going to be on the Raw 25 show. They're promoting the hell out of that show. And speaking of promoting something, they're also promoting the hell out of WWE Mixed Match Challenge. I thought it aired tonight. Actually, I was wrong. It airs 1 week from tonight, exclusively on. It's Facebook video. So it's not the WWE Network, it's Facebook video. They probably have a big deal. They're really pushing that Mixed Match Challenge. And they show this another video of Natalya taking selfies, and it's Nakamura in the background. He looks just so awkward. It looks so bad. Oh, man, Nakamura's not working. It's not working. I feel bad because it's so awkward. That Japanese culture doesn't work here. It doesn't work in America. It just doesn't translate well, especially when he's not having great matches. Anyway, that was a bit cringeworthy. So, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin are out, and they officially turn heel. We have a heel turn. They rip into this Alabama crowd. They really talk about how they don't know what it's like to win, and they talk about even though Alabama won the national championship, the referees robbed Georgia, and they're really bringing that up, and they're talking about how Georgia got robbed, Gable and Benjamin got robbed, and Georgia, I guess they kind of did get robbed. Those referees were definitely favoring Alabama, but they were really trying to equate that, and then they talk about how they got robbed, and they're just ripping into the crowd. This crowd starts to Roll Tide chant, that whole Roll Tide. They kept chanting it, and it's going back and forth. It wasn't really good. It was kind of cringeworthy, but at times. But I kind of liked that. I like Gable and Benjamin. I like them as like arrogant heels. I thought they should have turned American Alpha. When Gable was with Jason Jordan, I thought they missed an opportunity there. I thought they made a mistake not turning them heel. I thought it could have saved them. They really could have been those cocky, arrogant heels. Those jocks in high school who would like bully you. And Gable is definitely a jock here. I mean, he was great. And that Benjamin was good. Even though I think Jordan would actually do better if they were heels because he's a lot younger. Benjamin's a lot older. It doesn't really work as much, but he is still Shelton. I'm a big fan of his. Always been a huge Shelton Benjamin fan. And they're, they start really ripping into the referee, and then Daniel Bryan comes out, and they go back and forth with Daniel. Gable continues to mock him, and then eventually Daniel Bryan, Gable says, "What do we have to do? Beat the Usos twice in one night?" And Daniel Bryan says yes. And at the Royal Rumble, it's going to be a 2 out of 3 falls match for the tag team titles. And it's the Usos, so you say pre, I say show, pre-show. Now, the Usos have been awesome, but I'm afraid these guys are going to get put on the damn pre-show again. They went to a backstage with Orton, AJ, and Nakamura, and Nakamura came off very awkward, and before that, AJ was saying, and Orton's teasing, I'm going to win the Royal Rumble again and come for that belt. Now, hopefully he'll be having his time off by then. Nakamura came, and he made it really awkward, just didn't work, and he does the whole click thing and hit AJ's belt. It's Alabama. They don't really mark, so I don't care. They go back in the ring, and the most over guy in the whole company's out. It's Rusev. Happy Rusev Day once again. He's with Aiden English. And they announced they're entering the Rumble match. Now they're facing the Fashion Police. You're kidding me. They just had... They beat Rusev. They had Breezango win. Why? I mean, these guys are... Rusev. It's just they're going to beat Rusev. He's not what they want. I mean... They want you to get over, but they don't want you to get too over. They're going to start beating Rusev. Whatever, that's bullshit. They have no business losing to Breezango. Daniel Bryan's in the back with Shane McMahon. They go to Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon backstage, and Daniel Bryan's trying to suck up to him, because he knows he's in some trouble, and Shane starts thinking Daniel Bryan's crazy for making the 2 matches, even though the 2 matches are good. Everyone likes it. And they go back and forth, and Shane... At the end, like, Daniel Bryan insults his family, says you come from the same gene pool, making bad decisions. Shane leaves him alone, and they're clearly teaching some heat right there. So we'll see what happens. After that, they it's time for the main event. It says up next, but I'm sure they'll do another segment. They preview the Royal Rumble card. They run it down, talking about all the matches, and now it's time for the main event, handicap match. So in this match, the match was it started off and it had two matches. Basically, the first time it ended was Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens attacked Orton and Styles and Nakamura with chairs, beat him down with chairs. Then Shane McMahon comes out and he re-announces that he's going to restart the match. It's now no disqualification, no count-out match. What happens is AJ and KO fight, they brawl to the back, and then it leaves Sami Zayn along with Orton and Nakamura, and they beat the shit out of Sami. Orton throws the steps into him, throws him onto the announce table, they beat him down. Nakamura hits the Kinshasa, then Orton hits the RKO, and they get the win. Orton, Nakamura, and Styles win, even though Styles left to the back. SmackDown was okay tonight. I kind of liked it a bit more than Raw. I mean, the Raw was just not good at all. I'm sorry. I liked Raw a lot more. Let's think of last week. I thought last week SmackDown had the better show. I thought this week Raw had the better show. Had more stuff on Raw that was more entertaining than this. So I guess it's 1-1 in 2018. SmackDown takes week 1. I think Raw took week 2. So SmackDown wasn't that good tonight. It was just a filler show.